Hey!
Yeah?
I'm the U.S. government. I need to take your land for public use.
No! What the hell?
Okay, hold on. Everyone listen up. We understand that not everyone is for the town spending money on the Sodo-Sopa project. We realize that when a rejuvenation like this takes place, the lower-income residents fear they'll be priced out of the area.
What lower-income residents? Me? I work hard and provide for my family just fine.
Stuart, come on, your house sucks.
I'm Captain Weaver. This is Dixon, our scout. We're looking for fresh horses. Ours are putting their war out, chasing Red Cloud. That's a nice-looking animal you got right there.
Well, thank you. I like him myself.
I'll take him and any others you got.
He's not for sale.
I ain't asking. I'm telling you. I'm requisitioning that horse for the government.
I'm telling you, he's not for sale.
You defy the U.S. Army. That's treason. You cowboys can be hung for treason.
Eminent domain does not always involve public use in the past. Governments have delegated property to private companies for economic development. This can be them trying to gentrify an area to create more income for the state, or it can also be used for obviously public use as like more roads, schools, things of that nature.
Well, let me just tell you about eminent domain, because almost all of these people, actually Chris has it, but so many people have hit me with commercials and other things about eminent domain. Eminent domain is an absolute necessity for a country, for our country. Without it, you wouldn't have roads, you wouldn't have hospitals, you wouldn't have anything. You wouldn't have schools, you wouldn't have bridges. You need eminent domain. And a lot of the big conservatives that tell me how conservative they are, I think I'm more than they are, they tell me, oh, well, they all want the Keystone Pipeline. The Keystone Pipeline, without eminent domain, it wouldn't go 10 feet, okay? You need eminent domain. And eminent domain is a good thing, not a bad thing. And what a lot of people don't know, because they were all saying, oh, you're going to take their property. When eminent domain is used on somebody's property, that person gets a fortune. They get at least fair market value, and if they're smart, they'll get 2 or 3 times the value of their property. But without eminent domain, you don't have roads, highways, schools, bridges, or anything. So eminent domain, it's not that I love it, but eminent domain is absolutely, it's a necessity for a country, and certainly it's a necessity for our country.
Eminent domain is the act where the government takes private real property for public use. The private property owner will be compensated for the property taken by the government.
New measures to crack down on illegal immigration. Homeland Security today ordering planning for construction of a border wall to begin immediately. That, of course, was one of the president's main campaign promises. Critics say the president's estimate of $10 billion for the project understates what it will actually cost. But beyond money, there is the issue of eminent domain. Our next guest wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal called "Trump Can't Build the Wall Without the Real Estate." It reads in part, to build the wall, the U.S. would need to own all 1,954 miles of the border. Most of this land is now private property, especially in Texas, where the U.S. government owns only 100 miles of the 1,254-mile border. To acquire the rest of the land, Washington would need to employ eminent domain, the authority under the Fifth Amendment to seize private property for public use upon payment of just compensation. Recent history shows that's easier said than done.